Imagine living every day locked inside a system that promises freedom but chains you tighter with invisible rules, rules nobody talks about but everyone feels. You build companies, you invest, you lead, but inside, that fire, that restless hunger to break something bigger, to shake the pillars holding everything in place, it's silenced by the noise, by the comfort zones disguised as safety nets, by the weight of old wealth, traditions, and legacies that seem to demand respect but secretly demand conformity. That's the real trap. It's not just about money, it's about power stuck in frozen time. Power wielded by old money that doesn't want the next revolution, that wants to stop it before it even sparks. You feel it, don't you? That pull between what you've inherited, the rules, the expectations, the pressure to keep things smooth, and what you're craving, the chaos, the risk, the rebellion that can tear down the outdated to build something real and raw. But here's the brutal truth. Old wealth isn't just a tool, a resource, or a safety cushion. It's a weapon. And it's used to lock the world in place, blocking the bold new moves that could rewrite the future. It's easy to see old money as your enemy. But what if it could be the fuel instead? The secret catalyst that backs the next big rebellion. This isn't some abstract dream. It's a battlefield, a war for who gets to write the rules and who gets crushed by them. Founders like you, investors, leaders, you're stuck in the middle. You're expected to play by the old system's rules while your gut screams for a new game. The pain is undeniable, watching the system fail while being forced to prop it up. Knowing brilliance exists around you, but feeling utterly isolated, misunderstood, like a rare signal drowned out by static. That's the real fight, finding and forging real connections that don't just echo the same tired ideas, but explode with fire and rage to remake everything. Now, here's the raw, uncovered secret no one tells you. Old wealth itself can be harnessed to fuel that fire, but only if you understand it, challenge it, and bend it to your will. It's not about inheriting a name or a business to pass down the line. It's about ripping apart the old code embedded in it. It's about turning inherited resources into weapons of transformation. The problem? Most founders and investors treat old wealth like a bank, something to use, save, protect. What's missing is the mindset to see it as rebellion's ammunition. So, how do you transform that? First, break the illusion that old wealth equals tradition and stagnation. It's a tool of power, yes, but power is neutral until you define its use. Every dollar of capital, every asset, every network tied to old wealth can be wielded as an act of revolution if you dare to see beyond legacy for the sake of legacy, a trap that keeps you walking in circles. Next, don't settle for the comfort of acceptance. The system tells you to preserve, protect, maintain. That's death disguised as life. If you want to back the next big rebellion, you have to become impatient with comfort. Be impatient with the polite waiting room of good enough. Your fire, your vision, your burning promise to do more demands action. The future is not kind to those who cling too tightly to old rules. Radical disobedience is needed, but with precision. Reckless rebellion burns out fast. What's required is a new kind of playbook, a ruthless strategy that uses old wealth not to preserve the past, but to cut paths into the future no one else dares to take. You must align with the rare few, the ones who refuse to bow to expectation, the ones who'd rather burn than bend under the weight of inherited narratives. Your network cannot be broad, it must be fiercely selective. Quality over quantity. Each connection a spark ready to ignite vast change. You don't need more noise, you need pure essence, raw potential fused with shared fire. That's how old wealth becomes the wind beneath a rebellion's wings. Critique everything relentlessly. Reward skepticism, not blind legacy. Let the inherited power become your weapon by smashing the old faith in unquestioned systems. Question every tradition, This is how it must be, passed down through generations. The moment reverence becomes obedience, the fire dies. Challenge it all, and don't stop until you've reconstructed your reality from the ground up. This rebirth isn't just about money or influence. It's about sovereignty. Your will is the sharpest weapon in this fight. The old system wants you compliant, conservative, predictable. It's afraid of sovereign will because it's unpredictable, uncontrollable, alive. If you want old wealth to back the next rebellion, you must become sovereign, unshakable in your vision, ruthless in your refusal to be tamed. Patience is key, but not passive waiting. It's a deep, burning, strategic patience, playing the long game while others chase short-term gains. Revolution is not a sprint. It's a carefully coordinated push across time. Old wealth loves quick wins and maintaining appearances, but you'll need to outlast them by aligning with eternity. This means building autonomous networks that amplify radical ideas through connection, where misaligned brilliance becomes aligned power. Here's the real power. Money on its own doesn't move mountains, people do. But people need one thing above all else: connection. Old wealth has fragmented over time. It lost the pulse of what made it powerful: unity through difference. You can rebuild that. You can create a network, a movement, not a company or community, where the rare find the rare, where contrast is strength, and where individuality doesn't fracture but fuels collective breakthrough. That's how you turn stagnant capital into a raging revolution. That's how old wealth becomes a secret weapon for the bold, the misunderstood, the unstoppable. The world isn't waiting for permission. It's ripping itself apart beneath illusions of progress and equality. Mediocrity is rewarded, brilliance punished. But inside you lies a truth cold and clear. Freedom is never given. It's seized. It's earned by those who refuse to look away, refuse to settle, refuse to serve nostalgia over potential. And when you harness that, when you use every asset and every connection tethered to old wealth to break the shackles and build a new way forward, you become more than a founder or investor. You become the spark that lights the next big rebellion. But beware, this isn't for the comfortable. It's not for the compliant. It's not for the critics who cheer from the sidelines, but ignore the silence inside that screams for more. It's for those who feel that unbearable tension, the fire burning beneath convenience and conformity, that quiet voice telling you were born to transcend every limit, every boundary, every confining label. If you are that person, then old wealth is not an anchor. It's a catapult. You don't need permission to be the future. No system owns your fire. You don't need to fit into their mold. You need to shatter it. Old wealth can back that, but only if you have the courage to take it, twist it, and make it more than legacy. Make it revolution. This moment is not an accident. The cracks you see in the world aren't signs of failure. They are openings, gates to a new order crafted by the bold, the free, the rare. The question is not if old wealth can back the next big rebellion. It already does, in the hands of those who dare to reclaim it. The real question is, will you be one of them? Will you be the spark, the wildfire, the relentless force no system can stop? Because if you are, then trust this. Nothing can hold you back. The world needs you to step beyond the lies of comfort and false freedom, to reject the illusion and become the fire, to forge alliances that electrify the future. The power is inside you, so light it with every ounce of old wealth you command. Don't protect legacy. Destroy it to create your own. Don't wait your turn. Invent your turn. Don't be the echo of what was. Be the roar of what will be. Now is the time. No excuses, no delays. The next big rebellion isn't coming. It's here, inside you, fueled by the wealth of generations, waiting only for your courage to set it free.